Out of all the Pokemon sets that I have opened and weighed, this one has so far still been the craziest. That's because this is an English set, Paradox Rift to be exact, and it was the first Pokemon set that I opened and the first Pokemon set that I weighed, which is what got me into weighing continually. Why? It's because of the data that I found here. The orange represents packs that did not have hits, and then the turquoise is the packs that do have hits, and it's pretty obvious that whatever I opened had a clear pattern. It's so evident that over here, these low-weighted packs had no hits, and then the hits started showing up from this point onward. This was so clear to me that I was actually able to predict the hits. So yeah, pretty clear, right? 22.17 to 22.29. That was a 100% guarantee no hit. Now I even opened 16 packs for 0.27. That's I'm pretty sure that's definitive. Now in 22.3 I opened 9 packs and only one of them got a hit, sure, but that's pretty miserable. And then 22.31 right here, 5 packs, no hits. And then 0.33, 4 packs with no hits. I'd probably say that 22.17 to 22.33. That's just a pretty much complete miss. That was crazy. So not only could I predict when a hit would occur, I can also predict when a hit would not occur. Now let's move on to the more exciting stuff. Yep, nearly all turquoise blue. Yeah, from 22.34 all the way to 23.17, I had a really, really good chance of getting hits. And just look at this, 0.42, I opened 5 packs and all 5 of them were hits. Same thing with 0.43, 3 packs, all hits. 0.44, 4 packs, all hits. 0.46, 6 packs, all of them were hits. And then down here, 0.39, 4 packs, all of them were hits. And of course you do have a mixture of orange here of no hits, but it's not that bad. For 0.4 and 0.41, we had 3 packs for each, and it was pretty much 2 out of 3 were hits. And then 0.34, which is the lightest of this really good range here. I opened 9 packs, and 4 of them were hits, which is not too bad. It's almost 50-50. Regardless, I think it's pretty evident that whatever I had opened for Paradox Rift, it was very predictable. Now, the Paradox Rift stuff that I opened, it wasn't a booster box, and it even wasn't an ETB. It was actually sleeves. They were sleeves that were purchased from at least 3 different sellers, which is what made this even crazier. It wasn't just one seller who had, one big box of them and just sold it to me. It was 3 different sellers that had Paradox Rift sleeves, and I opened all of them. And this is the data that I got. Now, personally, I believe there is a caveat to this, which is that I think this predictability, this weighability, only applied to the sleeves that I purchased at that time. And I don't think it works for other sleeves that may have been manufactured, after or just not within that same time range as the ones that I had purchased. That is my hypothesis, because about a year later, I bought some more Paradox sleeves to see if I could test this out, and it didn't seem like these weight ranges were working anymore. So I don't know, maybe Pokemon caught this and they're like, hey manufacturer, you totally screwed up, so let's just go with another manufacturer. Or it's just because of time, all the Pokemon sleeves that I had purchased before were eventually used up, and then of course they continued manufacturing other ones with a different manufacturer, and it just didn't work the same way. So just a natural process of consuming these products. But anyways, I'm just glad that I was actually able to capture data from the sleeves that I had actually opened. And it was definitely fascinating. And to prove that this indeed happened, I actually still have 5 more of those sleeved packs from this group right here. And I kind of, bang my head on the table sometimes for not actually saving more to open later on. And I mean, that's because I didn't think I would make a channel like this, so meh. Boo-hoo. Totally missed opportunity, but that's okay. At least we still have 5. But another thing But another thing I'm going to do in this video is to also weigh these blister packs. These are going to be the very last Paradox Rift stuff that I will open, because I've already opened plenty. But I happen to have these blister packs. They were part of, this huge set of Pokemon products I bought a while back, and I didn't know what to do with it. Similar to that Twilight Masquerade one, if you saw that video. And I figured, hey, why not test the theory of whether or not this range of near guaranteed hits will apply to these blister packs. Why not, right? But I will start with these 5 packs first. And again, these were from the sleeved boosters from this exact group here. And I'll start with 0.39. Of course, there's still a chance that these don't have hits, because as we can see here, there are still a few misses. It's just a majority of them were not. So 0.39. This was a 100% hit rate from what I have charted. So let's see what we get. It should be a hit, and it is. A Hoopa. Yeah, bases are considered hits, and bases are included here. There were no Master Balls or anything like that. So that makes it easier. So yep, a base. That 0.39 is still a 100% hit rate. We can say it's 6 packs. No, wait. We can say it's 5 out of 5 now. Okay, now it's 0.41, and 0.41 is here. Let me zoom this in a little bit. So here's 0.39, now that's 5 out of 5. Here's 0.41. We did get 1 miss, but 2 of them, 2 out of 3 were hits. So there's a chance that this might not be a hit, but we will see. 0.41. Okay. Oh, nope. It's a hit. Base. Skeledirge. So that means this is now a, what? It would be a 3 out of 4. Now we are in 0.44, and 0.44 was so far also a 100% hit rate. So if that keeps up, then all 3 of these should be hits. And even given like a 0.01 difference plus or minus, it'd be 0.45 or 0.43. There's still a pretty good chance of getting a hit. Alright, 0.44. Should be a hit. Let's see. Yep. Oh yeah. I've actually been waiting for this card. No way. That's a hit for sure. Look at all the poor Screamtails. And what was this again? I don't know. I forget. The prehistoric Misdreavus. Misdreavus? Is that how we say it? Yeah. I can't say Victini apparently. So I probably can't say Misdreavus either. Yep, so that means 0.44 is still 100% hit rate. And now we can say an SIR is in it too. Let me sleeve that. And let me hard sleeve that too. 0.44. So predictable. Okay, well, the party's not over. So 0.44 again, 100% hit rate. So this should be a hit. Alrighty. Yep. Here we are. Iron Valiant? I say Valiant, so I'm just gonna keep on saying Valiant. Iron Valiant EX, but the hyper rare. Definitely a hit. Alright, 0.44. Last, very last one from my super awesome sleeves that I had opened, with a pretty much guaranteed hit rate, 0.44. This should be a hit too. It's just, what kind of hit? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ah. It's a base. That actually made me nervous a little bit until I forgot that there were bases, and the bases were in the very back. Okay, Kafra Grigius. So that 0.44 is still a 100% hit rate, except this time it's going to be 7 out of 7 instead of just 4. Now here is probably the bigger test, which is to see whether or not more currently produced Paradox Rift packs, like the blister packs that I have, if those would also fall within this really predictable range. I don't really think so. That is not a guarantee, but hey, let's just test it out. And I got a lot of blister packs to test. There's actually more, but I can't hold anymore. So I'll be right back and weigh those, and let's see what we get. So here are our blister packs weighed. There are 12 of them in total. The lowest is 0.37 and the highest is 0.62. 2. 6-2 is right here in this mess. And they pretty much all of them fall within this range. However, they're not sleeves, they are blister packs. So we'll see if this predictability will apply to these packs as well. So 0.37. So 0.37 on the chart, by the way, is right here. We had 3 hits and 2 no hits. So we'll see. That's a hit or miss. However, I personally don't think I don't think the chart will apply to blister packs. Okay. Alright. Do you get anything? And nope. Nothing there. Now 0.40. And 0.40 is here. Right there. We got 2 hits and 1 no hit. So let's see if 0.40 has something. Nothing there too. Now 0.42. 0.42 on the chart was a 100% hit rate. Pretty much 5 out of 5. So let's see if this is a 100% hit rate still. I don't think so, but I don't mind being pleasantly surprised. Nope. Yep. So that chart already proven not to apply to these blister packs. So let's see if we get anything anyways. 0.42 again. Let's see. Nothing. Now 0.45. Normally, well, from my sleeve stuff, it would have a hit, but nope. No hit there. It might be that blister packs have their own pattern, so we'll see what we find. 0.46. Professor Turo's scenario, so 0.46 has something. Okay, 0.49. Oh, we got a reversal energy. What is this? Hyper rare? Yeah. I was gonna say reverse gold, but that would not be quite correct. Now 0.54. Yep, we're getting to heavier territory here. Oh, there's something. Whoa, Tulip SIR. I wonder for blister packs, you know, the hits start appearing after a certain weight still. It's just not the same one as what I found in my sleeved set. So maybe for these blisters, it starts with 0.49? But that's just awesome because we just pulled 2 SIRs. 2 SIRs in one video isn't bad, right? Alright, now we're in 0.59. And before I open this one, you want to see something crazy again? I pulled this pack out of the blister packaging. You know, this one right here. And look what I found on the side. It's a cut. I have never seen that before. Something went terribly wrong during manufacturing. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It doesn't look like any of the cards inside are damaged, so... And actually, I think, yeah, there's a little bit of a cut above that too, right here. Isn't that crazy? I don't know what happened. I think this pack tried to make a run for it. And then paid the price. I'll open it from this side. Okay, what was that? 0.59? Yeah. Oh my goodness. No way. Oh my gosh, and that was the set that had the cut. No! Oh, poor thing. I hope this isn't too damaged. Well, there's like a bit of a nick over here, but I mean, it's not that bad. Ah, man. Whoa, this is 3 SIRs in one video. That is nuts. Poor Roaring Moon, it nearly got its wings chopped off. Can't believe it. Don't worry, Roaring Moon, we'll take care of you. Of all the cards to be in that cut pack, ugh, it just had to be this guy. But man, these Paradox Rift packs were loaded. Okay, that was 0.59. Wow, look at that. 4 hits in a row. That's insane. But it's not over 0.59 again. I don't know if we found another pattern or not, but that would be interesting. Oh, okay. Well, there's a base. Wow, no way. Okay, base for another 0.59? Yeah. I'd probably be a bit ignorant if I said there was no pattern at this point. But hey, we're still not done. 0.59 again. Okay, let's see what we get here. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Base. Tapu Koko. Did I say that one right? That's considered a hit. Okay. And then last, but certainly not least, 0.62. Wow. Now, wait a minute. I ended the sleeves with the Cofagrigus, and am I ending the blisters with the Cofagrigus too? It just had to be one of the creepiest Pokemon to do that. Okay, I really did not expect that. Let me show you what I mean. Here's my Book of Awesome. So for Paradox blister packs, yeah, we started at 0.37, went to 0.62. This is crazy. I did not expect to find this. From 0.46 all the way to 0.62, we have had 100% hit rate like that. We didn't find any IRs, which would have been awesome, but we did still find some really, really cool SIRs. And yeah, the rest were full arts here, the reversal energy gold, and then the bases. So I think by accident, we may have found another sweet spot, not for sleeves, but for blister packs. Man, now I wish I had some more blister packs. Yeah, that was totally unintentional. I actually thought it would be more randomized, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Oh man, was this not a crazy opening and weighing or what? And we found 3 SIRs, and 2 of them were Roaring Moons. Granted, one of them was injured. So just to conclude, we not only saw a pattern in the sleeves where it was obvious where the hits would be, or at least would most likely be, and where they certainly would not be, but it looks like we also found where they would likely be in blister packs too. Yeah, that's a little bit unbelievable, but that's literally what we've just witnessed. I wish I had more data here, I really do. I think for 0.59s it's pretty, well, much more leaning conclusive than not, because we had 3 of them. I wish I had more blister packs for Paradox Rift. Oh well. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. That definitely took a turn that I did not expect. And also, I did not expect pulling 3 SIRs in one video. Not complaining, just saying that was amazing and unusual. At the least, I hope you enjoyed watching all of that and seeing the data for it too. Of course, we'll be weighing and opening more things in the future, so see you in the next PackStat.